Namaskar. Welcome to TTB Talk Show To The Point. This program is presented by Aussies Group, Aussies Education and Migration Consultants. They are in Adelaide, Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane, and now in Canberra also. They deal with education, professional year, PT programs, and migration. And this program is sponsored by Says Home Loans Adelaide. Today, we are on 12th episode, and we're going to have a very deep and heavy conversation with a very special guest here. He is Rajendra Pandey. He is Yogi who teaches yoga here, and he's a spiritual seeker. He has mastery in various forms of yoga and Kriya Dhyan, including Hatha Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, etc. Raj has also experience in Reiki, pranic healing, and acupressure. Raj is also a high school teacher here in Adelaide, teaching maths and science, and owns his own yoga school here. I want to welcome you again, Raji. Thank you for giving your time.
Pleasure. I'm grateful that you came here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, honor.
And you are on this journey, on a spiritual journey, as a yoga instructor, as a spiritual seeker for 38 years, past 38 years.
Yeah.
You still look very young. Can I ask your age? How old are you now?
Yeah, I'm 60 plus.
60 plus.
Yeah.
And what? Who else is in your family at the moment?
I have a wife, my daughter here, and in India, my parents and my brothers, siblings. Okay. Yeah. So I have two younger brothers.
That's good to know. So how come you are on as a spiritual guru, I can say, as a yogic teacher, and you're teaching science at the same time. So how did you find, is it similar or is it two vast different subjects?
No, I don't think according to me, they are same. Mm-hmm. Because yoga means also union, it's pure science. Mm-hmm. Somebody asked me the question, what is yoga? Mm-hmm. I said, your question is wrong. You should ask me what is not yoga.
That's right.
Then it will be hard to tell me because
yoga.
Everything is yoga. Mm-hmm. Whatever we see around us, then how science can be different from yoga? And if you are a yogi, you are established in yoga, I think your life journey will be easier and you can find the relation with things in your family, surroundings, and everybody will be happy around you. And you can do your job more peacefully and more precisely.
Mm. So, especially science, sometimes they say especially Sanatan Dharma, our culture and Puranas and everything, like inscriptions, they say it's traditional, conservative, superstitious kind of thing. And now you are dealing with Tantra and everything, which is conservative to them. How do you tackle? Do you still think it is not conservative?
No, not at all. I deal yoga as a science. Mm. Whatever I teach, suppose I'm teaching Nadi yoga, I'm doing some pressure points, meridians, it's absolutely science.
Physical science.
Yeah. And I was teaching Nadi yoga, they say, have you seen the Ida and Pingala, how it goes like crisscross? Mm-hmm. Nowadays, the chiropractors say that inside your spine, the liquid flows in its shape.
Yes.
It's exactly the same. So how it can be different?
Yeah. So eventually the science will come and say, our teachings, our beliefs and all this was true. One day
it's absolutely the same thing. Somebody was talking to me yesterday in my physics lesson. They said that there are some supernova, they collapse and they expand. Mm. And they say it keeps on happening. I said it can't happen forever. The 84th is going on and total maximum 112 will happen. Mm. That is the number of meditation given by Shiva and Bhagyan Bhairav Tantra. Mm. So 112 and then supernova will disappear. Mm. So it's absolutely science and just see how it's similar to the yoga.
So what happens after 112
so it will diffuse and again the things again it starts since zero. Yeah, from zero.
It's a cycle anyway.
Yeah.
How did you choose this pathway? Did your parents put you there, or like your teachers or guru put you there, or you choose yourself?
Yeah, there was yoga school close to my house. Mm-hmm. Then I was taken there and then got really very nice like something kindled in me.
Mm.
And then I started looking for it to know more and more. Then I found many teachers. Even I learned from B.K. Iyengar.
Mm.
Then I had Guru Nath Siddhanath. And finally, I found my master, Swami Ramchandra, who gave me Kriya. I learned Kriya and Kundalini from him. So it's a big journey. 16 years I have learned from the teacher.
Yeah, last time we had a chat as well, and
Yeah.
you went all the teachings of Osho's and so many other
Yeah.
gurus.
Osho was my teacher as well.
Did you meet him personally?
Yes, he was my
Wow.
teacher as well.
Yes.
But
How was he?
he was good at that time. After that, he went to America.
Mm.
So since then, I didn't see him. The moment he moved away, then I just came back to my place, native place.
I think the beginning Vairab Tantra is ownership of Osho. Did he introduce?
I can't say ownership because nobody can take the ownership of Gyan
I
Bhairav
mean, he
Tantra.
introduced.
Yeah, it was written by Vaso Gupta in 2nd century.
Mm.
And he said that he was dreaming and he thought that Shiva is teaching this to Parvati, and he listed that when he got up. Osho definitely spoke about it almost in a year. He gave lecture, around 80 lectures he gave on Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. And all his lectures is collected in a book called The Secret, the book of the secret. Not the secret, but positive affirmation one. The secret for the meditation. So it's compiled there. Yeah.
Also, last time we had a chat, like you were saying you were meditating on a tree and you suddenly fell down, and then you saw your body on the bottom, like lying on the ground, and you yourself on
There is some similar story I've heard about Osho also, but this happened with me as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you explain that further? Because it's really interesting. I love that story.
This
was... It's kind of... some people think spirituality is like a superstitious, but it is kind of real who experience it. And
true.
I've experienced it in different ways as well.
Yeah.
Can you explain your story if you don't mind?
I'll just narrate in very simple way because it's quite big one. See, our body, we have many layers of the body. According to yoga, we have 5 layers: Annamayi, Pranamayi, Manomai, Vijnanamayi, Anandamayi, Kosha. But if I go to the Buddhist way, there are 2 more: cosmic and nirvanic body, 2 more. So what happens when the physical body, Sthul Sharira, and your other astral body inside, they can be separated. The moment when you can feel that they can be separated, you can see the body structure starts changing.
Yeah.
So what happened, like normally if you start meditating, so some time comes in your body, in your practice, you can easily see the separation of these 2 bodies. So this happened with me. I was sitting on high place and then body came down. So I realized, I could see that my body is there and I'm up. So this inspiration actually I got from Osho long back.
Yes.
So
how long was it? It was like...
I think I can't remember,
80s,
maybe because
90s.
this is beyond time and space, so you can't really know. I think I sat there in the evening time. This happened in the morning.
How old were you?
I think I was around 25, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So ladies were coming. Normally, ladies go to outside for their routine daily in the morning for the toilet, etc. When they're coming back, they saw that this man is dead here, and she touched me. Then I came back from top to the
ground,
on the ground.
Your soul, actually.
Yeah, soul. You can say that way. So what happens? This is my experience that when a man, soul goes out, if lady touches, then it comes back, and vice versa.
It's easy to revive the life
to come back, to bring back.
If it goes, sex
opposite sex. If it's beyond 10 hours, then it can't come back. This is hard. Then you need a master. But if it is less than 10 hours, if opposite sex touches the body, it comes back. And nature has given such a respect, and we human beings, how we fight. Ladies empowerment, this empowerment, and the problems are happening.
We all are human beings for us. Yes,
true.
And we believe our soul travels after the death and it merges with the universal soul, like as a mukti. We call it nirvana, we call it moksha. But there is some I will say unfortunate souls who cannot merge in. some unfortunate,
Yeah.
like kind of, not all the souls get mukti.
Yeah.
So what happens to that unfortunate soul? Do they come as a human being or as an animal? What do you believe? It's your personal opinion.
No, I'll just tell you. There's a very famous writer called Michael Newton. He wrote many books about the life and death, life beyond life, life between two deaths. He wrote many books, and he says that when we leave the body, you just leave only the physical body, but your all other four bodies go with your soul. When you come to the mother's womb, you take the akasha element and the soul comes and then it goes to the mother womb, and then all four elements we get here. Because body is made of 5 elements.
Yes, fire,
so all
earth,
exactly,
water,
exactly,
yes.
yeah. So all 4 elements we get here, we come with akasha elements. If you are meditator, you are really high spiritual individual, you have seen the higher paradigm in your spiritual growth, then all the 4 elements they drop here, here and the soul goes. But if you are, and your all the memories, if you are not really enlightened, so all other 4 bodies, though all the elements will fall down here, the akasha element along with all those 4 body other than the physical body, it goes, and there are 3 layers there. One layer where the repair works happen, whatever damage has happened. Other layer, according to they send to the higher one, we call Vaikuntha Loka. And then from there you come to this planet according to you, if your wish, if the God wants to send you. So there's a big science behind that. I just gave you a little hint about this here. If you get chance, read that book. So they call the how you can transcend and how can you really know to get rid of all those layers and then you just go the naked. So whatever we do in our life, it is stored in the form of seed, and then that takes to the next life. That's why
you believe we born as animal as well, or not?
Yes. There are 8.4 million lives we take. Sometimes you are the stone beside the road, you are bush, you are animals, and now you are here. So there is a life, it comes, you before coming to the human life, you become a cow. That's why Hindus worship cow. And after that you jump and become human being. So there are this life after life. If your deeds are good, again maybe you're born as a human being. If not, you can go back to the same cycle. That's why we do meditation, to break that cycle.
Some, especially agoris and yogis, they have different pathways of spirituality. Some do brahmachari life, single life. Some have different ways of living style and life. And all the pathway eventually is different, but coming to the one point is mukti, or in closeness of God, or be with the God. What's your opinion, and how do you take your beliefs there? What is the right pathway?
Okay, honestly, I don't have any belief. I don't believe anything. I know. So I can tell you there are 2 paths basically. One is called Bam Margi, left-handed one, and one is called Dakshin Margi. So Bam Margi, normally they have different paths. So Bam Margi is basically leftist, you can call, simple like how communist.
Yes.
So same way they are Aghori. Aghora is not bad word. Aghora, which is not Ghora, which is not dangerous one. But people have made it Aghora. Kapalik and Aghora, there is a different way because they don't differentiate between good and bad. Because
everything is good.
Everything for them. Everything is given by Shiva. Then how it can be wrong?
Exactly.
So there's another this path.
They don't see the difference between a mud
exactly,
or a food or whatever.
Absolutely, everything is good
from
for
the
them.
Earth, anyway.
The other one is different path, Dakshin Margi. They just do all those Vedanta and rituals and all those things. It doesn't
Washing
matter.
And cleaning.
It doesn't matter which way you go. The ultimate goal is that one. But there are more chances that when you go to the Bam Margi, sometimes they are deprived from their path. Especially the Kaula Tantra, it's based on Bam Margi. The use of Madira, the alcohol and all those things, the Madira, Mathun, Mats, these all things they use it. Mats means fish and meat.
Meat and Sex
So,
and
yeah,
alcohol and everything is
everything
used
they do
as a pathway as well.
Yeah.
But other side,
Yeah.
they
don't
can't
do
take
that.
it. All
Yeah.
these
So
things.
these are the two ways, but doesn't matter. But the ultimate goal is same.
What about us, common human beings? Can we go the pathway, still living as a family life, having meat or having alcohol? Can we still have a spiritual journey?
Why not? Why not? But the thing is this one. I'll just tell very simple thing, little with precaution. See, if you are just indulge yourself in the all those worldly things, and there is nobody to guide you, so perhaps it's hard for you to come out.
Exactly.
So there must be
We may get drawn
you are drawn there.
drawn in.
So nothing
alcohol
wrong,
or-
nothing wrong in it to be to do bhoga. Nothing. Bhoga is a different. Bhogi is a different.
Bhogi is different.
So nothing wrong to be. Bhoga means indulgence, sensual pleasure.
Pleasure. Yeah.
Nothing wrong in it. But without, suppose people say how you can't renounce. How can you renounce thing what you don't have?
Exactly. What you don't know.
If what you don't know, how can you renounce?
Exactly.
So it's not coincident. All this, the masters, the Buddha was prince, Krishna was a prince, Rama was prince,
All married. as well.
Mahavira was prince. So all those things who renounced, they were prince because they have seen this world. It's not fun. There is no joy. So they found out, they renounced and became sage. There are people who are poor, even they renounce because they have such sharp eye. So what is use of this world to go and get it? That they need more penetrating eyes like Kabira, Surdas, Sahajo, Meera. Meera was princess actually. Amarullas, Al-Ullas, Khayyam. There are so many. Daud, the Daud, not Daud Ibrahim.
Yes.
So there are so many.
I also
they,
read-
they were poor, but still they could see the
Exactly.
uselessness
They were
of the world. Yeah.
They were enlightened.
So yeah, they were enlightened. So it doesn't matter which way you go. If you don't love you haven't seen the world,
Haven't experienced.
how can you leave it? So my suggestion is I always educate. Suppose you say, okay, throw all the mud. If you have thrown the mud, then you have thrown the lotus flower also. You can't get there. The moment you get lotus flower, you can be thankful to that mud also.
And you are stepping on the same place.
Exactly. Because of you, I got this one. So you must enjoy life, but
As it is.
awareness. But awareness.
Conscious mind.
Yeah.
I also want to add Adi Shankaracharya, once in his lifetime, I read long time back,
Yeah.
I remember now, he had a discussion.
Yeah.
When he had a discussion with another guru,
Yeah.
like when there is like a fruitful discussion,
Yes.
and the other, he lost the discussion because he hasn't experienced the part of sex.
Yeah.
Because
See,
he was
the
not married,
lady
he was
asked this
brahmachari.
question. Yeah.
So what he did, he had to
Yeah.
take his soul to the person who was married, and a married man's soul, and experience sex and come back to himself, and then he had a discussion and
I know that. The
I read that
lady
long
of
time
the
back.
lady of the person who was debating.
Yes.
This is called Jata Smarani Yoga. Jata Smarani means you have to put your soul into somebody else's
transform
body.
into
Yeah.
somebody.
So this is the way how the life can, without knowing life, how can you know the other side of the life? So this is wrong teaching. People say live this, and they leave everything.
Don't do. From the
What is
moment
left?
they are born, they are actually put into boundaries.
Yeah, people. This is the basic thing. People start teaching
Instead
you.
of giving freedom, we are putting into boundaries.
They always teach you live this. If
Ignore.
you
Don't touch
and
me.
this is not my teaching. You get it. If you get the diamond, you have to throw the stone holding in your hand. But if you drop the stone, there is no guarantee that you will get diamond in your hand.
Are you more inclined towards like a kind of like Shiva pathways, or?
Shiva never said leave anything.
No, I mean having a life.
Yes. I'm Shiva's devotee. Yes, I do love Shiva. But Shiva have a different meaning what Shiva normally people understand. For me, Shiva means not that just, there are two forms of Shiva. See, the only one who is worshipped in two forms. One is the trident holding Shiva. One is the linga of the Shiva.
One is personal,
And one is the whole nirvanic form. See, if you have seen any nuclear reactor, they look like what? The linga shape.
Exactly.
And if it is a linga shape, it preserves energy.
One is universal power kind
Yes.
of energy.
So it preserves energy. Energy loss is less.
And
if you
one
sit and
we
meditate
worship in-
close to the linga, you feel more energized. It's like a tool.
Very interesting topic. We'll continue. We'll have a short commercial break and we'll see you then.
Yeah, thank you.
Want to study in Australia? Or you want to migrate? Maybe you want to have both. It could even be paving an awesome career path or getting a permanent residency. We're right here. Aussies Group.
अहिलेसम्म सुत्या होइन किन नसुत्या
अस्ट्रेलियामा छोरी ज्वाइँसँग कुरा गरेर आए नि त्यहाँ उनीहरूले घर किन्न लाए अरे लोन लिनको लागि कुन बैङ्कबाट लिउँ भन्न बैङ्क धाउँदा धाउँदा हैरान भएछन् नि
ल त्यति पनि थाहा रहन्छ ती अस्ट्रेलियामै सेज होम लोन भन्ने छ त ती सम्पर्क राख्ने नि
सेज होम लोन
हो त नि सेज होम लोन्सले 30 भन्दा बढी ब्याङ्क तथा लेन्डरहरूबाट कम्पेयर गरेर हाम्रो लागि उपयुक्त लोन कहाँबाट लिँदा राम्रो होला भन्ने कुरा पत्ता लगाइदिँदो रहेछ
ए ढुक्कले सुत बुढा
ए साक्षी तपाईहरुले सम्झिनु भयो सेज अस्ट्रेलिया भरिमै तेज हल्का रमाइलो
Namaskar, welcome back. We are on the topic Rogi, Bhogi and Yogi with Yogi Acharya, Rajendra Pandey ji, and we want to continue again. Let's talk about snakes, Rajendra ji. Snakes has very important worship point, like kind of we give a high importance in our Hindu culture, in Sanatan Dharma. From the beginning, like when the world was created, we use snakes like Vasuki Nag to do Samudra Manthan, and later on Shiva put the Vasuki in his head as well. Even Lord Vishnu is sleeping in Sheshnaga. All the Puranas and Ved and everything, they come towards the snake.
Yeah. So what is the importance of snake?
What is the importance of snakes, do you think, in present condition of our life as well?
Yes, sure.
Why we should worship snakes?
Okay, that's a good question actually. See, in the past they say worship means just respect. Snake has very important role in our Hindu culture, and it's very close to the Kundalini. They say that Kundalini awaken the snake. The tail is in its mouth at the root center, and when it opens up with 2.5 coil, it's sitting there and it goes up. But why snake only? If somebody does it today, perhaps can say electrical spark is happening. That time there was no electricity, they say snake. And snake means, see, it's called the consciousness. If the Shiva is holding the snake, putting a snake around his neck, that means his throat, when he's speaking, he's absolutely conscious whatever he's saying. A snake represents consciousness. And when the child is in mother's womb, he's the snake, on the snake-like umbilical cord. And this represents the Vishnu sleeping in Chhid Sagara. The child sleeps in mother tummy, in womb. The salt, the liquid has the same salinity what the ocean has. Exactly same.
Same percent of salt.
Same percent of salt in mother's tummy, mother's womb. And the same amount of salt in the ocean. So the child is sleeping on a snake and in Sagara, the ocean. That just represents that you can sleep like Vishnu without absolutely conscious, nothing is bothering, your mind is calm and cool, and you are connected with the snake, so the mother is feeding you. And a snake we do worship. The reason just for this one, to respect that once you are connected with a snake, in mother's tummy umbilical cord, that was removed. It was removed because you can't live connected all the time. You have to wake up, you have to be born sometime. So a snake, and in your brain, they call the snake brain inside, reptilian brain.
Yes,
And
I've
if it is really not active properly,
Yes.
people say you got sarpa dosha.
Yeah.
Sarpa dosha word comes from reptilian brain. So, and it's actually how much alert you are. If your reptilian brain is weak, you won't be conscious. You might be having so many problems. You might have mental health problem. You'll be having so many hallucination. So they try to balance by doing some kind of prayer and puja.
So Sarpa dosha, when it says it's a tantric healing, or is it
No,
individual?
it's just kind of some mantras, some rituals are there.
Yes.
It comes from actually Purana Vedas. There are some rituals how to do. Some mantras are there. There are many priests, they perform the
So
puja.
it is actually there.
Yes, it is there.
It happens.
It happens. It's true. So that we try to rectify that problem. So a snake is not just only real snake. A snake is a symbolic. The Shiva is putting the snake around his neck is symbolic that he's absolutely, though he's in meditative pose, but he's a conscious. And I think last time I told you, whatever we see in Shiva, in Shankara, everything is contradiction. And it teaches us how we can live in contradiction even. Like, so one, he's having the water here, Ganges water, and then he's having fire here. He's having the moon here, Soma, the nectar, elixir of life, then he's having the poison here. See the contradiction. And we're still, and he's happy and smiling. So it teaches us how you can be happy in spite of those contradictions in our life. Reptilian brain doesn't mean that you are in trouble. It should be balanced. How you can be conscious, you are alert. How your mind is working in pure consciousness. You are working not like a zombie. That is the meaning of snake here. So people say that when your Kundalini awakens, energy moves up along the spine, and it is like sensation the snake is going up. In Kundalini Yoga, there is a meditation called Parvati Lotus Kriya. In Parvati Lotus Kriya, we visualize that there is a Shiv Linga here, the snake is there, it moves up along the spine. There is a color of that. When I'll teach the method, then I'll tell you. It goes and the flower opens up here. When you breathe out, it goes back. So energy moves up and down along the spine in the form of snake.
Do you do like a Sarpadosha healing and treatment as well, or?
I do know, but I don't do those Pandit things here. We do here, we have a temple, and we guide him and instruct him to do. Yeah, we do that.
So the person himself can do here
Yes,
in the mandir.
we do that. Yeah, we do that, but I don't do myself. I'm just limited myself to only yoga.
Yes.
Though I give guidance.
I completely respect that.
Yeah, though I guide
yes.
people how to do, what to do, but I don't participate in that. Yeah.
Good to know. And for somebody who is a basic to dhyan, like I would say meditation, sometimes people feel confused with the yoga as well. Yoga as a dhyan, or like yoga as a kriya. I'm talking yoga as a verb, actions, to dhyan, which is more like a meditation. What is the similarity and what is the differences?
Okay, dhyan is actually the part of yoga. Yoga comes from yuj dhatu. Yuj means union. So there are 8 limbs of yoga. So yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, dharana, dhyana, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So you have 8 limbs of the yoga. Samadhi is the top one, and there are 10 types of samadhi as well. And there are 2 words, vyadhi and samadhi. Vyadhi means disease, rogi. Samadhi means you have crossed that stage. It doesn't mean that you will not fall sick. It won't affect you. Buddha has stomach cancer. People asked him, why you don't feel pain? He said, no, I do feel pain, but I'm not suffering. See the difference. Because I'm alert, I know. Maharsha Ramani has a problem in his mouth. Even the Ramakrishna Paramahansa has a problem.
lots of gurus I
Yeah,
saw.
they had.
They had a disease.
Yeah, there is
and-
different reason why they had
Yeah.
disease.
Even Vivekananda, I think he died short age.
36 years.
Yeah,
he was
he
30.
was big.
Even the Adi Shankaracharya, he was around 33 years when he died.
Yes.
Yeah, so he was not really long lived, but in 33 years here, what he did, 300 years also less for a person to do that much job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
More fruitful and worthy life
Yes, absolutely.
in a short period. We don't need to live too long.
So yoga is the whole umbrella. Dhyan is a part. And what is dhyan? Dhyan is actually the thoughtless, pure, conscious state of mind. Thoughtless, tranquil, pure, no adulteration, conscious state of mind. So there is a saying in Maitri Upanishad. It says, Abhedya darshanam jnanam. Abhedya darshanam jnanam means if you don't differentiate people and you see the same God living in everybody, if you have that darshanam, that kind of sight in your vision, that is real jnana, real wisdom, real wisdom. Jnana means not knowledge here, wisdom. And the dhyana, what is dhyana? Dhyana says, dhyanam nirvasanam mana. Dhyana nirvasanam. Nirvasana doesn't mean here indulgence. You can indulge, you can have absolute attachment. This is a wrong saying that Krishna says, you don't be attachment. No, he meant that have attached. He had attachment in his life. Wherever he was absolutely attached. But attachment means like if I see my friend, he's here, coming here, I'm so happy and I'm dancing and I'm joyful, happy with him. And when he's gone, I should not sit and cry. When you have something in your life, be happy and enjoy. But thing is gone, don't sit and cry. Yeah. Have a full, so there is a difference. Be attached, but not entangled. See the difference. No entanglement. Entanglement means hooked. You can't move ahead.
I love this jacket.
Yeah.
I can wear it.
Yeah, if it's gone, just
I respect.
Gone. Yeah.
Once if it's like torn or something happens, I just have to throw out and wear a new one.
Absolutely.
Keep moving.
Yeah. So dhyan means that one. Like when you know, the nirvasanam means you should not be entangled, but live your life happily. And your mana, your mind is not cluttered with that kind of lingering. That's the whole meaning. What does it mean? When I say lingering? If your mind is all the time like living in the set past memories, whatever had happened, and you can't be relaxed, how can
back
you
and front.
Back and forth? So it's like there's a word called Epicurean. Epicurean means like charbaga kind of people just live and granam litto, granam pitto.
Yeah.
So it's nothing. They live all the time in that one. They can't move away. They're hooked there. So that they are bhogi actually. Bhog is not bad. Bhogi is a problem.
That's the problem.
Bhogi is a problem. And yoga that I told just now, if you're yogi, it means you establish in yoga, that one. You can't, nobody can move you.
You can't move here and there.
Here and there. And there is one basic thing in Kriya Yoga, the word called dharana, because your mind goes everywhere in all possible directions. So Mahavira said, Manush bahut chittavan hai. The human beings are polypsychic. What does it mean? In your mind, there are thousand like trade fair is going on. One mind is saying, somebody is saying, do this, all the clouds, different kinds of contradictory sounds you are listening, and you go nuts, what's wrong with me? Like somebody sitting in the crowd, standing in the crowd, somebody pushes you, go that way, you go that way. You can't stand at one place. The same thing you keep on doing in your life, you can't be established all the time, moving here and there. It's like a crowd.
Not stable.
You start listening to your inner consciousness. When you listen to the inner consciousness, still you have to focus on one thing, dharana. So in Kriya Yoga, we do dharana on your spine. Dharana means focus.
How to focus?
Focus on your mind, focus on your spine, all those chakras. And then slowly, one time will come that you have to get rid of that too. It's like if somebody is sick, we'll take the medicine. But if you are well, you can't keep on taking the medicine. Does it make sense? Yeah,
You
that's
have
the
to-
way.
yes.
One, you have to drop that too. So you have to go beyond
That's
meditation.
the Kriya Yoga.
Yeah, that's the meaning. Kriya Yoga has different meaning. Kriya Yoga in second chapter, Maharishi Patanjali says, the Kriya Yoga is the thought, like when you have Kriya means action.
Is it Patanjali introduced Kriya Yoga or Paramahansa Yoganand?
No, the Kriya Yoga is very old.
Oh, yeah.
Paramahansa Yogananda,
I think he introduced.
Paramahansa Yogananda and my guru, they were same guru bhai of the same teacher, Yukteswara Giri. The Kriya Yoga is very old. Maharishi Patanjali has written somewhere about Kriya Yoga, but he didn't tell the elaboration how it is done. It is given by master because very confidential. So he said, Tapah Swadhyaya Ishwar Pranidhana Kriya Yoga. That's a different definition. Tapa means austerity, penance.
Tap. which is like
Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means not studying book. Swadhyaya. Study your own
self-study.
study your own hatred, anger, jealousy, joy, whatever you have, your all problems, fluctuation of mind.
Look at yourself.
That is study. And then you start knowing and with consciousness that something is wrong, how can I change it? So the Kriya, Ishwar Pranidhana. Ishwar Pranidhana means like how the God lives in me, the same God lives in everybody. If you have that kind of feeling, how can you harm someone? You start feeling the unity around you. There is a saying like, okay,
I see you and me.
yeah, let me explain this way. It's better. I remember I went to Rajasthan, a state in India. So ladies go and fetch water far away because there's a scarcity of water. So they were holding the pitcher pot on
I've
their
seen
head.
movies.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They even carry the camels.
Yes, true. And they just, the ladies are just talking and having fun. I realized why this water is not falling down. Because internally their attention is there, but they're doing everything possible here. If all the time you are feeling the God is here and there and doing everything in the world, then you are Kriya Yogi. Not that you're sitting and meditating all the time. Like ladies are pregnant, how she stands, how she walks, because she's careful to that baby. Same way, if you are careful that I'm carrying a God in me, when I'm sitting, I'm talking to you, when I'm moving around, how respectful to each and everyone, that is exact meaning of Kriya, Ishwar Pranidhana. That is Kriya Yoga.
Sometimes, most of the young kids, sometimes they ask me, when I try to do dhyana, sometimes my mind goes here, there, I think about this, and they ask me, how should I start? Then I say, if your mind goes on particular thing, like if you're thinking of a study or a girlfriend or a career or something, just keep thinking about that. One day, if that means your focus is on something. If you are thinking about study, think only about study. If you're thinking study and girlfriend, you are out of focus. So come back again to the study. So that's the way you practice in the beginning. Suppose you are thinking not to move on the dhyana. Think on not to move from head to feet. Head to feet, not to move. Think throughout the body. And that's how you practice focusing. And slowly and slowly and slowly, you start building. You don't need to worry about I'm moving or not. You are still on move. And you are still thoughtless. One point.
I know.
That's how I start. So what do you think somebody like fresh people, whose mind is going here and there, what do you suggest?
So this is really very tricky thing, because normally if I say, okay, whatever you're thinking, keep on thinking, don't move here and there.
It's very hard. Most of the gurus, they say that.
That's not the basic nature of mind, because it keeps on moving all the time.
Most of the gurus, they think, don't think anything. Just
I will not tell that way. I'll tell in different way. If suppose we are doing here discussion, and if suppose a dog barks outside, then suddenly you'll remember the dog barking, your friend's dog. Then from there you'll remember your time spent with friend on Himalayas mountain. So it just chain starts and goes on and on. It's hard to come back to the same topic. So the basic thing is, if your mind goes somewhere, don't fight with your mind, as you said. Don't fight. Only just take the energy away. What does it mean? Suppose I want to lift this vase, and it's so heavy, I can't lift it. Okay. Suppose my life is in danger. I don't know how come I got the energy and I lifted up. From where I got this energy? I pull the energy.
Put the whole
energy. Same way, if I teach you how to take the energy back, if you take the energy back and you bring to you, so take the energy from your thought. There are the process and methods. It won't gallop in all possible directions. And the basic thing what Buddha said, focus on the breath, how it goes, anapanasati. And I teach many methods
Focus
about meditation.
on the breath. What do you think? It's actually breath. Focusing on breath changes your thoughts of mind, or focusing on breath actually disillusion you because you are focusing on breath and you are out of your mind.
No, it's not that way. See, the breath is actually, this is the most close to us.
And I think most of number one is focus on your breath. when you meditate.
What happens basically when the breath stops, your thought stops. When the breath is there, like when you breathe out and hold breath out, you can't think that time. So that if your breath, if I say this way, very simple way, then it's better. There are 5 types of, there are actually many, but basic 5 types. Prana, Hriday prana, Gude apana, Samano nabhimandale, Udana kantha desastu, Vyana sarva shariragah. The whole body has a Vyana. There are meditation techniques we teach, Mahapranayama, how you focus on the breath in and out. So what happens, the whole mind is dharana, the focus on one point. So mind comes on one point, then, and if you know the monotonous, same thing going in and out, so mind becomes like a dull, what is going on? So it stops. It doesn't mean that you will get God, just focusing on the mind. You have to go beyond meditation, beyond that. But the basic things to stop the monkey mind to sleep at one place. And there are 3 types of energy in our body. There are 3 types of energy. One is energy like the physical energy you have day-to-day work, and then you are tired, oh God, I can't do, I'm so tired, I can't move. Suppose somebody says, hey, there is a fire in your house. And you jump, I don't know from where you got energy, then you can't sleep.
Of course.
That is second layer of energy.
Like I'm tired and somebody just called me and say, oh, you have to come in straight away.
And then
I have to still go.
There is a third layer of energy also. The first layer is physical. For example, can I tell one joke?
Yes, go for it.
So Mullah Nasruddin, he was going somewhere. 3-4 people caught him. And he checked his pocket. They checked his pocket. He get good fight. They found $10. He said, for $10, why you are giving your life? He said, I thought $500 in my socks. I thought you were fighting for that. The $10 is day to day, it will be finished. You're tired. 500 is second layer, is stored energy within your body which you don't know. But if you keep on working, that will be also exhausted. Then there is a third layer, like you're connected with RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia. It won't last. It will be all the time, continuous. That is God, energy of the God. This was a basic teaching of Gurdjieff. Gurdjieff was in Russia. He was very famous master. And he taught this method, how to do meditation, how you can focus on energy and meditate. Though it is listed in the Vigyan Bhairav Tantra also. The first 9 methods in Vigyan Bhairav Tantra is based on breath. So it's not that Buddha gave it, he used it. It is already listed in Vigyan Bhairav Tantra.
That's very interesting. And also you travel across India, Oman, and you came to Australia. I think you've been to other countries as well.
Yeah.
How is the people around the world you see in 100 years? Is it in a good way we are going or in a bad way we are going? How do you see?
See, the people were always like that, and the people will be always like this. Only we know more now. The things are happening here and there because we have more connected with mobile and internet. You think the people were very good in Mahabharata time? No. People were very bad that time also, now also. So don't try to be worried
All
about
you,
the
there
world.
was fighting and
Yeah,
battle
all the
and
time.
asuras and everywhere, every time there
Yes,
was.
I know only one thing, only one corner in the world which you are sure to change, that is your own heart. People were always like that, people will be always like that, this. And still I find good people and bad people in everywhere. It's not that, see, if you write beautiful poem on running water, it will go. If you write swearing word or running water, it will also go. It doesn't matter you're doing good or bad, nothing will stay in this world. Only one thing will stay, if you do anything consciously with chetana, that it is good and you do right for. And one more thing, if you're doing things consciously, it won't be wrong. Because if you're doing something wrong, inner conscious will say, hey, don't do this. But still, you sometimes you ignore it. The Shiva says in Shiv Sutra, Chaitanya Atma, Jnanam Bandha, Yonivar Kala Shriram. So this is like, the Atma is Nartak, Atma Nartak, Antaratma Rangamancha. Your Atma is a soul, dancer, Nataraja. And the dance is happening on the inner stage of your consciousness.
That's true.
Yeah. So that's up to you how you take it. People were always good and bad. They will be always good and bad.
And I heard in different videos that this Kali Yuga, which is going to finish nearly in 50-60 years of time, because there's different cycles of phases. What do you think? Is it true?
Okay, I'll go little more back.
Okay.
One day of Brahma means creator. We believe Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesha. One day of Brahma is called one kalp.
Yeah.
One kalp has 14 manvantar. One manvantar has 71 Mahayuga. One Mahayuga has 4 yuga. Satyug, Treta, Dwapar, Kali Yuga. And one yuga is around 430,000 years. Rama was born in 24th Mahayuga. The Parashuram was in 19th Mahayuga. So this is not 4,300 years, 430,000 years. So it is just, there are many more. Because this is just, people say 4,000. Krishna was born 5,000, people say. Rama was born 7, and no. Rama was maybe 1,800,000 years back.
We don't know exactly.
We don't know exactly. Because I said he was born in 24th Mahayuga. There are 71 Mahayuga. And Brahma life is 100 years. And his 100 years of life is one day of Shiva.
Yeah.
And Shiva is eternal.
Raji, we are having very intense, heavy conversation as well.
Okay.
And hope our audience is loving it. And most of the yogis are very straightforward. They do live their life, a peaceful life, a heavenly life, I will say. They don't care about what's happening around, who is doing politics, who is doing this, about everything, most of the time. Some care as well, give knowledge, share their wisdom, look after, even they cure disease, people, they come to them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Some always try to keep their mastery or talents hidden, some yogis. Why do you think so? And why do you think they don't expose themselves? Because I believe so many yogis are so many educated, so many learned, they have so much wisdom, which actually they can bring into their country or around the community and can make it happen so nice, but they actually keep it to themselves. Why do you think so?
So you asked me many things in one question.
It's a vast,
because
very
you
dense,
asked me
heavy content.
Why the people just don't think about the world, and they, normally what happens, we want to fix this. They do forget to fix this.
Yeah.
This is a problem in the world. Everybody wants to fix something, but they never look inside
They
what
don't
they
fix
want to
themselves.
fix.
They want somebody else
That's
to
the
fix.
whole biggest problem. And you know, like when you are teaching someone, how do you teach? First we teach alphabets, A, B, C, D. Okay. Then we teach a little higher. Then we teach like graduation, post-graduation. So if you teach somebody post-graduate content who doesn't know A, B, C, D, how will he understand?
Exactly.
That's the reason Yogi keep things that they call adhikari. You know, if you read the book, the Kathopanishad, the Yamraj saying to the Vidya should be given to adhikari, not anadhikari. Have you heard the book?
Yes.
That's very
I have
lovely.
read somewhere.
So it says, if you're not adhikari, not that deserving, and the knowledge will be waste, and perhaps you might use in wrong way.
Exactly.
So the thing
Like
is,
giving a young kid like $100,000.
Yeah,
He gonna waste in a bar, or he gonna buy and crash.
he will go
car,
just
or,
wild. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the way it is kept
or you
secret.
may destroy him actually.
Yeah, so it's better not to give that way. Slowly, person should be prepared. I do here. I prepare people slowly, and then I give them higher kriya as well. But we don't give straight away to somebody. So it's not that it's harm that I want to keep it secret. But if it is not given to the right person, perhaps it will be wrong. And you know how many things happen, whether he knows or not. He just learned from you, and I make a video and start, okay, this is made by me and I'm so and so guru and this and that. People really start misusing it. So I don't keep secret, but definitely I know whom should I give and whom I should not give.
Exactly. Sharing. And also my question was indicating, because suppose you are a spiritual guru, you are a yogi, and you have so much knowledge, and that can be used in countries' politics or countries' economy to build up and help poor and needy to give better life. But sometimes you keep it to yourself and not share into politics and in economic growth and help the country, because so many yogis are there in Nepal as well, but Nepal is the poorest country. My perspective. Why don't so much educated who are actually tapasvi, dhyani, so much educated people are doing nothing, and only uneducated are ruling the country? Why are they keeping the knowledge they have in themselves? Not sharing and not coming out as a ruler, or bringing a product like if you have a student, and why don't you make a student who can rule the country?
So suppose there is a race happening, and if you are very polite and good person, what will happen? You will stand beside the road. Those who are rowdy and powerful, they will crush you and they will reach to the target. So normally what happens, yogi, they are very contented, they just sit peacefully. They will not do all those tantrum and negative thing to find the power. That's the basic problem, that they don't come up. If you want to defeat, there's a saying Osho used to say, if a person, a ruffian, a gunda is sitting on the prime minister chair, you need a bigger gunda to replace him. The yogis are not gunda, because they are calm and peaceful.
Yes.
So what happens? They say it's
they
okay.
can't fight, like Krishna said.
Yeah, just they will stand beside,
Chanting mantras.
See, there are two kinds of people. If Krishna and Buddha would have come together, Krishna can't persuade Buddha to fight.
No.
Then never. He would have given, no, I can't do this to this man. But he persuaded Arjuna, because it means Arjuna already had that kind of power inside him. So he said, now I'm doing, then he made him ready. But he can't make ready Mahavira and Buddha to fight.
Absolutely.
Because he said, I can't fight because I see my relatives here. If there is no relative, he would have cut them like a carrot.
Somehow
So it means
Krishna prepared Arjuna even to secure astras and everything.
Yes. So the thing is that he was already ready to fight. His whole training was like this, to go and fight. But he was little trembled to see his relatives in front of him. So if somebody is very peaceful and contentment, you can't regiment him. You can't regiment Buddha to go and fight. You can regiment, make person who is really already something hidden desire here and want to get something more. It's easy to them. So that's why yogis and those things, they sit and quite happy. I don't want anything. So they are happy. But there are some yogis, they come up and rule the power also. See, in India, there is a guy called Ramdev. He has big industry. But I don't know how much charity works he does. That's questionable. There are many more. They have small institutions. But honestly, I love, like there's one in UP, there's a guy called Yogi. Have you heard?
Yogi.
He's a
he's a
chief,
chief minister
chief
or something,
minister.
yes. Yeah,
He's
I've
a
heard
lead. He's a yogi.
He's looking to be future prime minister. I
Don't
think
know.
so.
Don't know. But he's still doing the work.
Yes.
Perhaps he had desire to be that.
Yes, yes.
If you are little have desire, you can do that. But real yogi, they don't want to do that because they are so happy.
They are on their own personal
Journey.
Not
Yeah,
for,
yeah.
they don't want to go and feed everybody.
See, the same thing again and again, life after death, life after life. You kept on running behind the things. You never ran towards you. So this is opportunity to be a yogi. And you know, if everybody is yogi and happy, and that used to be in the past in India, so people
And
were happy.
Also, to add yogi doesn't care about building. Even a small hut,
Exactly.
even in the cave, even in the forest, they think life is happy.
Yeah, my master
They
was
don't
like
need
that.
car
yeah.
and aeroplane. I think so, in my
Yes.
perspective.
My Guruji
so
used to
they're
live in
not
hut.
looking to have that.
Guruji used to live in hut.
Yes, most of them do.
Yeah.
Even in Himalayas,
Yeah.
even today, you know, there's so many yogis and
True.
tapasvis, they are there.
That's the way, that's the reason I think if somebody comes and want to do really selfless service, that's a good thing. But it's very hard to find out a yogi who really wants to take over because they don't have that kind of desire. They are more for their
If they
personal
have-
growth
Yes.
than just the growth of anybody.
So that means the spiritual gurus or especially spiritual yogis, they don't want to come into material world.
No,
which
they
is
just-
done, paisa, politics.
they don't want. That's the reason. Because they're happy.
And what about life? They care life?
Absolutely.
Common people?
Oh, they care more than anybody else. They care more than anybody else. But there's a difference. Suppose I'm a psychologist. If I see your pain and suffering and I become upset, then how can I treat you? So they look like they don't care, but they care more. It's like in a garden, Buddha used to say. In a garden, you bring 15 people. They're sleeping. Somebody's making noise. Somebody's like daydreaming and making some crying. Somebody's laughing. And Buddha will not do anything because he knows that they all are sleeping. When they will get up, they will be okay.
I remember the story of Bhagirath and Ganga. You know, Ganga said, I don't want to come to this world because the world is full of sin. The people will make me messy, make me dirty. I'm now in the Vaikuntha Loka. I'm so pure. But in the world, in the earth, I read this long time back. And what Bhagiratha said, you know, forget about the sin, people. They come and take shower. They come and take bath in you. But always remember, there are so many sages, so many holy people. Also, they will come and purify you. So because you will be purified by them, that's why you are never dirty.
True. There are
That's
many
what
stories.
Bhagirath and she appealed.
There are many stories like that. There are many
So that
stories.
means the yogis and they are actually lightening peace and happiness and everything around the world through their knowledge, through their wisdom, like Buddha and Shankaracharya, or so many spiritual enlightened people out there. I think that's the whole purpose in their life. Coming to the conclusion, do you have any message for the community and the people?
I can say very simple that take care of your health and people around you. Be little meditative. Have contentment in you. I'm not saying satisfaction, contentment. And then just simple, I can tell you very simple way of meditation to the people. Like when your eyes are closed, focus on your breathing and come down to the heart center and visualize that you're a beautiful flower there. You are sitting there on the top of that like a small honeybee and enjoying the nectar, and very peaceful breath is coming in and out. You are breathing in and out from there. Your mind is dropped to the heart center. If you are meditative, the peace will be around you, the world will be a peaceful place to live. And just take care of your health. Thank you. Any other thing?
Thank you, Rajendra
That's
ji.
okay.
Thank you for your valuable time. It was our pleasure. It is our pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you.
And very important, very heavy content for our audience today. And before I go, I also say the same thing. Spread happiness, spread love, be healthy, and keep smiling. Love, light, and peace. Om Namah Shivaye.
Namah Shivaye.